that down. Let's move on to this, shall we? Velma.
Yes.
The Scooby-Doo spin-off, very adult animated comedy, surprised many people when it got a season 2. Because despite what a lot of people might want to try to make you believe, a lot of people watch season 1. Now you can say, well, they just hate watch it. You hate watch 1 episode.
Yeah.
Maybe you hate watch 2. I don't think a lot of people hate watch the whole season, but it did get a season 2. And it has now been canceled after 2 seasons. According to Joe Blow here, ruh-roh, Max canceled the adult animated series Velma after 2 seasons. Jinkies, indeed. After 2 divisive seasons, Max won't be renewing Mindy Kaling's adult animated series Velma for another season. The show starring Kaling as the voice of Velma lasted for 2 seasons before Max ripped it off its mask, revealing the cancellation notice where a mustache-twirling villain's head should be. The cancellation of Velma hits hard for fans of the series who genuinely enjoyed Kaling's unique spin on the Scooby-Doo gang and their darkly themed misadventures. All right. I first got exposed to Velma, like we knew it was coming, and I was interested in checking it out. Because listen, I'll say this for the record. I don't give a shit what anybody else says. I was interested in this idea of totally subverting it. Subvert the mystery gang. You know? Make it an adult, raunchy kind of thing and do all sorts of different things with it. I'm all for that. Roll the dice, take a chance, do something different. I'm all for it. So I was interested in checking Velma out.
Sure.
Then I forgot about it. And I ultimately did check it out because Taylor, my old assistant, who has the most eclectic tastes in different programming, during our lunch hours, he would constantly have, he would put Velma on, remember this?
He kind of just forced our hand in watching it. Yes, he would just have it on.
He would come into the main studio during our lunch and he would just put it on the big main screen and watch it. And that was my first time sitting down and watching it. I got through 2 episodes and I had to tap out.
I got through half and I'm like, yeah, the jokes aren't landing with me. Where it's vulgar, it feels like it's just being forced vulgar. Like there's a difference. It didn't feel organic. So,
oh yeah, because you know me, I love the filthy,
but it just
bring on the filthy.
It
but
just felt so on the nose. It was like, okay.
Here's the problem: it suffered from the same thing that She-Hulk did. It wasn't funny.
Yeah.
Like you want to make this character this and that character that. I'm all for it. Try something different. Try something new. Mix it up. Do something bold. Yeah, I'm all for it. That's fine. I know there were a lot of people who didn't like it because I don't like that she's a lesbian. Oh, go jerk off in the corner. I don't care about any of that stuff. Roll the dice. But it wasn't funny. So I'm just watching this and maybe there were like 1 or 2 jokes that made me crack a smile for a second. I mean, you know what? Yeah, I do. I remember 1 or 2 jokes that I laughed at. I'll give it that. But for the most part, and I remember saying this about She-Hulk, there is nothing as uncomfortable watching a movie other than maybe a hot sex scene coming up when you took your mom to go see the movie.
Oh
that's awkward too. But there is very little as awkward when you're watching a movie or TV show than when that movie or TV show is trying really hard to be funny and it just isn't. And that's the thing. If you're going to roll the dice and do something as transformative as they did with the Scooby-Doo gang in a Velma, your first priority better be make damn sure it's funny. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Miracle Made. Guys, it's hot outside and your nighttime bedroom temperature has a huge impact on your sleep quality. So if you wake up too hot or too cold, I highly recommend you check out Miracle Made's bed sheets. Miracle Made sheets are inspired by NASA and use silver-infused fabrics that are temperature regulating so you can sleep at the perfect temperature all night long. There are just so many things that make these sheets so fantastic. We already mentioned the self-cooling properties for better quality sleep, but they're also self-cleaning. These sheets are infused with silver that prevent up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, leaving them to stay cleaner and fresh 3 times longer than other sheets. No more gross odors. So go to trymiracle.com/Campea. That's TRYMIRACLE.com/Campea to try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo code code Campea at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you'll get a full refund. So upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/Campea and use the code Campea to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Again, that's trymiracle.com/Campea to treat yourself. Thank you, Miracle Made, for sponsoring this episode. You know what a great example of that is? The Boys. You want to take the superhero trope and you want to turn on its head and you want to do all this perverted, raunchy, whatever. You want to do all that? Okay, go for it. But you better damn well make sure that when it's supposed to be funny, it's funny. And The Boys is hilarious. And a great drama on top of that.
It's tragic too.
Yeah, with tragedy tragic. And it's Shakespearean in many ways. It's great. Like The Boys kills it, knocks it out of the park. I think Velma could have been that if it had been funny. And listen, as the Joe Blow article points out, the show has its fan base. And for those of you who are part of that fan base and you did find it funny, I'm not trying to take away from your enjoyment at all. I love that you found it enjoyable and I love that you were entertained by it. I think that's great. I'm just saying for me, everything landed like a lead balloon.
Yeah, I thought it was going to land a little more like Harley Quinn.
That's a better comparison. That's an even better comparison. That's exactly it. Harley Quinn is Velma, but
Done
that
right.
It works.
Yeah.
Then it works. Like, think about Harley Quinn and all the things they totally subvert in that, right? Mm-hmm. They changed everything. It's totally a spoof mockery of all that kind of stuff, but they make the characters totally endearing and it's funny as hell. Harley Quinn is what Velma could have been, but it just wasn't funny. And so it became painful to watch. And so I don't even think I finished the second episode and I had to tap out. And I was super happy that it got a second episode because it did have its fans and I'm glad they got a second season, but I'm not surprised, Jonathan, to hear that it finally got, the plug pulled after 2 seasons. Guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Velma, and I'm sure there's probably a couple of you guys watching that did watch the show and probably enjoyed it, but Velma's been canceled after 2 seasons. I think it's pretty impressive that it got a second season. However you guys feel about it, jump down to the comments section below and let us know your thoughts.